Hello. Okay, an INFP here. I just wanted to talk about something that I've been thinking about lately regarding MBTI functions, and that is why INFPs are known to be very empathetic towards others and animals, when FE is supposed to be, as far as I can tell, just from what I've been hearing online, reading online, extroverted feeling is supposed to be the empathetic function. Yeah, I don't know if I'm interpreting this wrong, but it seems like that's what it's supposed to be. That's how it's often described. Yet INFPs don't use extroverted feeling. At least, it's not in our top 4 of our stack. So I think it's interesting that we're considered to be so empathetic, and I do consider myself to be very empathetic. Sorry. And I know some people would probably just argue it's because maybe all Fs are going to be empathetic to an extent, but I just thought it'd be interesting to kind of think about it in terms of the functions. So yeah, I'm going to talk about how I think the functions might interact to cause this empathy. Sorry, but just before I do that, I want to just let the listeners know that I know that the functions are extremely abstract in nature, and so I do think that's why I like them so much. That's why I like MBTI theories, because I love to speculate. Like I just love to think about things and then go, what if? I guess it's the intuition part of the INFP. So I'm aware that these are just. I'm just saying. I know this is just a theory. Okay. I'll just end at that. I know any person who's just mildly creative can fit, who can think of certain instances in their life, and see those as a manifestation of the so-called functions they have. I don't mean so-called, and I don't believe they exist, but I just mean, it's abstract. So it's hard to really truly pin down these processes. Okay. Anyway, okay, so why I think INFPs are empathetic, despite not having FE, is, of course, I'm going to go to FI, is our dominant function. And I think what this means, it's how it sets us up for this, is, we are constantly analyzing and paying attention to our own emotions, and specifically how, like in events, like if things happen to us, I'm very aware how certain events affect me emotionally, like to the point where I avoid certain situations, or just because I know the effect it's going to have on my emotions. And if they're not nice emotions or something, I don't want to do it, right? Anyway, sorry. So yeah, very aware of our emotions, very aware of how we feel about the world and possibly events. Okay, anyways, introverted sensing, that's our third function. So as far as I understand it, introverted sensing is kind of like a filter where we look at the external world, the sense world, and we filter it through our history of our personal history of experiences of the world. So we're relating present experiences to previous experiences. So I think when you take this function, SI, and put it with FI, it means we can look at, say, a situation somebody else is in, like someone's having a bad day, someone's having a bad day. I wish I should have thought of an example in advance, but we can look at the situation of another person, and our SE reminds us of our having been in that similar situation, and then we instantly are reminded of the feelings that were connected with that situation, because we can connect our feelings to events. Like we can connect the nuances of everything can cause emotional reactions in us. Yeah, so I think that's why. Okay. That was a lot shorter than I was hoping it was gonna be. Okay, so that's what I think could be happening there. If you think that sounds like a possibility, cool. If not, feel free to pick away at what I just said, which will probably be very easy because I don't think I was very clear or even that focused or anything. But anyway, one more thing I want to say about this though is even though INFPs are empathetic, we're also more likely than FE users to project our own feelings onto others, and I think that's from this process of the SIFI. So we see another person, we're reminded of a past situation where we were maybe in a similar situation, how we felt about it, and then we often assume that the other person is feeling exactly how we used to, but of course that's not how things work. People respond differently to the same event. Yeah, so I know lots of people have said this, that INFPs project their own feelings onto everyone else, and I know I do this. I have to really watch myself. Yeah. So even though we're empathetic, we sometimes maybe we're wrongly so. I don't know. Maybe more we're more wrong in terms of creating that emotional connection with other people than an FE would. Maybe that's the difference between empathy and FI and FE. FI, we will often go too far with it maybe, and FE is maybe going to be more aligned with how the other person truly is feeling. Just some thoughts. So yeah. Please comment and add anything if you'd like. Okay, thank you. Bye.